Toastmasters, I hereby call this meeting of Lake Mary Toastmasters Club 6440 to order. Before we begin, let's all silence our cell phones. I would like to ask everyone to please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance following by a welcome silence. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. Our club mission is to provide a supportive learning environment through which members feel empowered to become better public speakers by developing their competent communication and leadership skills. And without further ado, please welcome today's Toastmaster, Ernst.
Thank you very much. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters.
Good morning.
Members, and we have a couple of guests. Unfortunately, we don't have a display for the word of today, but the word of today is in your agenda. Today's, which is actually atmosphere. Today's theme of the meeting is man-made global warming. I would think that this theme would have some atmospheric changes also within this room. Good morning. Man-made global warming. As we're entering more and more into the election season, the subject of man-made global warming will become one of the central points of the election. There will be a lot of ridicule for the deniers. First of all, let me make this very clear. We all want to drink clean water, have fresh air, and do not want to have polluted land, and do not want to be poisoned by anyone, especially the government. Having a clean environment is a given, and anything contrary needs to be radically addressed. This, however, gets confused with man-made global warming. This has nothing to do with man-made global warming. Think about this, the vastness of our solar system, the incredible size of the sun, and the endless space, the billions of years of existence, even considering that we human have any impact on the climate, has to be either a huge fraud or at least denying the obvious. The picture up here shows the Earth rotating the sun, and any change going closer or away from the Earth could have traumatic impacts, as either us freezing to death or being frightened. It now gives me, anyway, it now gives me the pleasure to introduce our technical table. Our grammarian, Carrie Bird, will explain her function for this meeting.
As grammarian, it's my function to select the word of the day. Each member, when called upon to speak, is encouraged to use the word of the day. The word of the day today is atmosphere. It's the envelope of gases surrounding the Earth or another planet, or the pervading tone or mood of a place, situation, or work of art, such as the atmosphere was thick with smoke. In addition, I will be listening for any errors in grammar, as well as excellent word selections. I will also be noting any colorful thoughts or phrases members may use. That will be my evaluation.
Marty Salmon, he'll explain his function.
My function is to time the speakers, evaluators, and table topic participants to ensure they meet the timing requirements, and I will demonstrate the timing lights as follows. Two of our main speakers have 5 to 7 minutes, so you get green at 5, yellow at 6, red at 7, at 7.5.
All right.
And Rich, you're going 7 to 9, so I think you can follow 7, 8, 9.
Might as well put those cards away.
Your table topic speakers, 30 seconds, 45, 1 minute, and evaluators, you will have 2 minutes, 2.5, 3 minutes, and I will give my report at the end of the session.
Next is is our accountant, James Harris, explaining his function.
All right, James.
Welcome to the Toastmaster's atmosphere of public speaking. My job as accountant, and as accountant, I should know this by heart. It is my function to listen for the use of filler words such as you know, so, okay, and other audible pauses, fillers, such as I mean, also like double clutches, such as I mean, say things twice.
Well done.
And finally, also to include things which might be distracting, such as lip smacks. Thank you.
Hey.
Thank you. It gives me now the great pleasure to introduce our speakers. First is Carmen Lopez, who's speaking from the Company and Communications Manual. Subject number 2, organize your speech, 5 to 7 minutes. Her subject title is A Procrastinator's Guide to Success. I can leave it there. Okay, good.
Okay, good morning, everyone, and welcome to A Procrastinator's Guide to Success. One evening, as I was taking my 10th study break of the evening, I happened upon a Facebook post one of my friends shared and tagged me in. It wisely and accurately said, procrastinator can do 30 minutes of work in 8 hours, and 8 hours of work in 30 minutes. And I was reading this, I couldn't help but relate to it. You see, I am a procrastinator. I am one of the worst procrastinators. I wait until the absolute last minute to even begin considering to start and finish a project.
Here, here.
And then with you today, I will be sharing you 3 tips on how to be successful. You see, in May of 2011, I graduated high school. I graduated with honors, summa cum laude, with a 3.8 GPA, and I was valedictorian of my graduating class, all while being a procrastinator. And then recently, in 2015, December, I graduated nursing school. Still a procrastinator, I still graduated with honors, 3.4 GPA, and I was inducted into the Nursing Honor Society.
Nice. Nice.
Still a procrastinator. So now I will show you the 3 tips that got me through high school, nursing school, and moving on through my bachelor's, my master's, and maybe even my doctorates. All right, tip number 1. Wait until the last minute and enjoy life.
Here.
It is a beautiful day outside usually. It's usually sunny. You want to go to the beach, or it's raining and play in the rain, dance in the rain. Life gets in the way, and your project isn't due for another week. So who cares? Tip number 2. Find a very good support system. They will keep you on track. Me, I use my 14-year-old sister. She is not the nicest person sometimes. So before I start a project, I will go to her. Hey, I have a 5-page paper due in 3 days. Can you make sure I'm actually doing my paper and not on Facebook? So every couple of minutes, she'll come in. She's like, okay, you're doing your paper. She walks out. Comes back just 2 minutes later, sitting there on my phone, scrolling through Facebook, scrolling through, another level of Angry Birds or something.
Yes.
And she'll just sit there like, that right there does not look like your homework. That looks like Facebook, and I'm pretty sure your paper has nothing to do with Facebook. And she'll sit there, nagging at me, and nagging, and nagging. And eventually I just get so annoyed that I just go back to my homework. But it gets done. Step number 3, develop very good coping strategies. Because those last minutes, when your project is due at midnight, and it's 10 p.m., you get so stressed. You go through so many emotions. In the beginning, you feel like David taking on Goliath. And David killed Goliath with a little slingshot and a pebble. You feel strong and superior. Hour passes by, and you figure out you bit off more than you could chew. That you should have started this project a month ago when you were supposed to. And you encounter this atmosphere of stress and anxiety and utter terror. And the hours go on and on. You start to go through a panic attack. You can't do this. It's 11 o'clock. You have an hour left. Actually, you only have 59 minutes left because it's due at 11:59. You start to hyperventilate, you start to cry. You start to blame your sister for not making you do your homework. Granted, she's probably asleep by now. And then you get mad at yourself. How could you do this to yourself? How could you wait until the last minute to start something? And then you go and blame your sister again. It's her fault. She should have been more on top of you. 11:30 comes along, and you realize you're finished. Your paper's done. And you sit there for about 10 minutes just jumping up and down with joy. You're happy. You finished before 11:59. Then it's 11:55 and you realize you haven't submitted your assignment. So you quickly go to submit. Submit button doesn't work. You're sitting there panicking. Why is this not submitting? My assignment isn't getting through. And then, well, eventually it does go through. Because just like everybody else waited till the last minute as well. The system was over flooded. But 11:58, your assignment gets turned in, and you have a minute to spare. So ladies and gentlemen, those are my 3 tips. Find a very good support system. Develop very good coping strategies. Again, you wait till the last minute because you are a procrastinator. Thank you.
It wasn't for the last 30 minutes, nothing ever would get done. Mr. Timer, 1 minute, please. Much. It now gives me the great pleasure to introduce the ever funny, ever controversial Rich Maza.
Third.
Speak.
I'm third.
Second. Carmen.
Oh,
See,
I'm
he's
so
controversial.
sorry.
You're controversial, Ernst.
Yeah, you're in the wrong atmosphere.
It's the atmosphere.
Yeah. Here, here, here. Poor Stacy got left out.
Focusing on Rich over there.
Yeah,
Ready.
I understand.
I totally missed Stacy. Stacy will be speaking lesson 6 from the Competent Communications Manual, the art of stretching. Do you want me to move the lecture?
Just a little bit
Just,
further.
okay, like this?
Yeah,
More?
that's good.
Yay, Stacy!
Come on, Stacy.
All right, good morning, everyone. Today I'm going to talk about the art of stretching. Stretching is important for everyone. First, what does stretching do for the body? First, the primary advantage of stretching is to improve muscle flexibility. 2, it also improves athletic ability. 3, decreases injury to the muscles and tendons. Also, number 4, it reduces muscle tension. It enhances muscular coordination and increases circulation of the blood to various parts of the body. And it gives you increased energy, which is cool, right?
Yes.
Finally, stretching feels great. And so those are a few of what stretching does for the body. Next, I'm going to go over the guidelines to stretching. What are some of the things you need to know when you start stretching? First, stretching can be done before or after exercising. 2, stretch slowly and stay relaxed. 3, hold each stretch for 30 to 60 seconds. And 4 is really important. You need to breathe. Slow. Everybody seems to forget to breathe when they're stretching. So you want to take slow, deep breaths, which can assist in deepening the actual stretch. And 5, to maintain the flexibility that you have gained, consider stretching at least 3 times a week. This way, you can create an atmosphere for flexibility. And so those are a few guidelines to stretching. Now what I'm going to do is show you a few examples of some of the stretches for those who, it's good for anybody, but for those who are sitting at a desk a lot, these are really, really great exercises for you to do throughout the day. One is a shoulder stretch, which I'm going to show you. What you want to do is cross your shoulder over your chest and hold that stretch for about 30 seconds. And then you want to do it on each side.
Remember to breathe, breathe.
And breathe.
Breathe.
And then another stretch you can do to help with flexibility and to give you more increased energy throughout the day is a tricep stretch, which is like this. And you want to hold it again for another 30 to 60 seconds. And you again want to do it on each side.
Stretch it out.
And then neck stretches are great because it makes your neck feel better. And if you're staring at a computer all day, it helps reduce the tension. So one stretch you can do is just bend your hip forward and just hold it. Another stretch is a rotation stretch where you want to just turn, hold it, and turn again, and hold it. And then for those who are on the keyboard and the computer a lot, when you're typing, a wrist stretch is great because it loosens your extensor muscles and your flexor muscles. So one stretch is take your wrist like this, and do that on each side. And then to get the other group of muscles, you want to do it like this on the others, on each side. And then also a torso stretch, which this you'll have to actually get up out of your seat.
No way. No way.
So torso stretch is you just want to stretch up and just loosen all those muscles. And that feels really good, gives you a bunch of energy. So those are just a few of the stretches that I could recommend for you, for those who sit at a desk, or just anybody make it a daily routine or a couple times a week that will just improve how your body's feeling. So I just want to thank everybody for coming this morning, and have a great day.
Thank
Oh, and then I have a couple handouts, the stretches I just did.
Oh, good.
So if you want to take one and pass one around.
Do you have any PDF where I can look at it on my computer while I'm typing?
Timer, 1 minute, please.
You two are dead.
What?
That was something you got.
I'm president, probably cannot.
Thank you. Last but certainly not least, it gives me the great pleasure to introduce the ever exciting, controversial Rich Massa on his presentation from the Persuasive Speaker Manual number 4, addressing the opposition. Present a talk on a controversial subject, persuade the audience to accept or at least consider the viewpoint, appeal to the audience logic and emotion. Know your role. Rich Massa.
Know your role.
Breathe.
Fellas, men, we need to have a talk. And the ladies, if you can, just. I believe men are stronger than women. I don't believe in stay-at-home dads. And fellas, as a piece of advice, never, and I mean ever, hold a woman's purse. So, I believe our culture right now, in its current state, gender roles are being blurred. Men and women are different, and I feel that that is being under attack. And I embrace my masculinity. I worked hard on my masculinity, and I feel it's under attack. And the more I embrace it, the more debates I get in with women. So I already feel the energy in the room. I see 16 eyes of anger on me, and I'm scared of you. I just want to let you know I'm not scared. There's a reason why I feel the way I feel. And I want to give you some stories of the debates I've gotten into either with a feminist, my favorite, or with women, another favorite.
They're different.
I want to address topic number 1. Men are stronger than women. I did not say men are superior to women. I said men are stronger than women. You might have heard that I said men are superior. I did not say that. Story number 1, I got into a debate with a feminist. She saw some of my posts on Facebook, my nice ones. And she said, why can't we be equal? And I said, we are equal, but we're different. I'm stronger than you. You're the nurturer. I'm the protector. She goes, why can't we both do that? And I said, here's why. Now, ladies, I want you to just use your gut. Try not to want to throw me across the window, out of the window right now. And listen to what I have to say. This is the analogy I use to her. You're sleeping at night. Your head's on the pillow. You're dreaming of fairies or pixies or whatever women dream about.
Fancy.
Men dream about you guys having pillow fights. You guys dream about pixies or whatever.
Here.
And there's a bump in the night. You hear footsteps coming up the stairs. Who checks the bump in the night? I asked that to the feminist. And of course, you never get the first answer from a woman. She said, I'm a single mom, and I'm going to go check the bump in the night. And I said, what if I was sleeping next to you, which I'm sure you fantasize about anyway.
It's true.
If I was sleeping next to you, who's checking the bump in the night? And she had nothing to say. Because we all know innately, men are the protectors of the house. We're the protectors. You know and I know if there's a bump, I'm going to go check it. You're going to elbow me in the ribs, go check that bump in the night. If you look in nature, mammals, the male is the, and I'm not talking about seahorses and bees or black widows, because I know everyone, what about seahorses? I'm not talking about seahorses. I'm talking about if you look as a general rule of thumb, the man is the protector and the provider of the tribe, the pack. It's his responsibility. And us as men have to start embracing that again. Example number 2. I don't believe in stay-at-home dads. This is another subject, me and the same feminist. Why do I always get into debates with feminists? I don't know. But she said, why can't there be, it's equal. I said, we're equal, but we're different. I'm good at certain things, you're good at certain things. Like, I'm not gonna race a Kenyan, okay? It's just not gonna happen, it's genetic. He's gonna beat me in a race. It's gonna happen. You're good at certain things, I'm good at certain things. And she gave me, of course, there's always anecdotal evidence. That one example, well, my friend Jane is a dentist and she makes more money, and her husband stays at home and takes care of the kid. So here it was my response. I go, I bet they're not banging. I bet they're not banging. That's my response. Just accept it, okay? And she laughed, admittingly, that I was right. Now, how did I know that? How did I know there was no sex life? Because genetically, women are, I feel it, I don't care. I don't care. I just want to let you know. Just put the cards away. I have a message for the guys. I'm here. I'm going to lead you guys. Don't worry, I got you.
Take us home, Rich, take us home.
All the guys, you notice all the guys are like, guys, stand up, put your chest out, man up. So what if they get a little mad? It's okay.
Get him, Rich.
As I was saying, the reason why stay-at-home dads, I'm not saying there's not circumstances where the guy has to stay at home. What I'm saying is, as a general rule, it's not going to work. Genetically, women are attracted to the men with the strongest genes, biologically. And she's not gonna, he's the protector, the provider, he's the strong one. She wants to look at him with leadership. And she's not gonna look at him with leadership as she's sipping her coffee, reading the Wall Street Journal, and he's making her bacon and eggs. And she comes up and, oh, I can't wait to get some of that later. It's not gonna happen. Example number 3. Never, and I mean ever, hold a woman's purse. And I've noticed that when I bring this up, this is the biggest debate I have with women. I don't get it. So I have a story. Recently, I took a nice young lady out. I took her to a strip club. You know, because I'm classy. So, as we get up, she was dressed very nice. She asked me to hold her. She goes, hey, can you hold my wallet? I go, what? I'm like, for what? I'm not holding you. She goes, I need my ID. I go, sweetheart, sugar lips, I'll hold your ID, but I'm not gonna hold your wallet. She wouldn't hold my hand. She was pissed off for about 30 minutes. And we sat down, you know, enjoying the view. And she kept on bringing up, why didn't you hold my wallet? I was like, listen, sugar toots, what's the problem? She said, why wouldn't you hold my wallet? Just being a gentleman. I go, listen, sweetheart, I have no problem as a man holding the door open for you. I have no problem pulling out the chair, paying for your drinks, and paying for your dinner. But I'm never gonna hold your friggin' purse or your friggin' wallet, ever, because I'm a man. And lo and behold, we had sex that night. So apparently it works.
Good.
I've gotten into a lot of debates. Let's go back to the first 2 points. Women biologically are attracted to the man with the strongest genes, and they have to know you can protect them, the offspring, and then you're not going to leave. And they're going to constantly, it's innate. You ever just get into a fight like, I don't even know why I'm mad at you. They're just going to test you. They're just testing. And the first test is holding, you're going to be the dude holding your purse while she shops for shoes, not getting any when you get home, okay? And I'm not going to be that dude. Yeah. That's the first test. If you're strong enough to protect her and provide for her, that's the test. So, never, ever hold a woman's purse. Men are the stronger ones, and we have to embrace that role. Men are supposed to be the providers in a general rule, and never hold a woman's purse. I am man, hear me roar. Boom! So,
Say it.
I'm just saying what the guys are thinking, ladies. I don't care if you're mad at me, I really don't care. So, now that my speech is done, I'm gonna allow, let's start with, I know we're supposed to say you ladies first. So let's field some questions for the next two minutes. I'm sure you have a few. Are there any, and guys, don't be scared that you might get a little mad. Yes.
Dr. Massa.
Yes, thank you guys. I do have my PhD.
Why do you think it has become this way, where Men don't know their roles.
Do you?
Here, good question.
Thank
Good
you.
question.
Next speech.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's my opinion, honestly. 40 years ago, we had a wave of feminism. By heart, I'm a feminist. I believe in equal rights for women. But it's more, there's this third wave feminism that there are no gender roles. We are the same. But my question to that is, why don't you see women in the NFL? We're the same, but if you put a woman in NFL, come on, we're not the same. We have differences. But I feel, honestly, that as a gender, we're, as men, are being tested. Listen, guys, put the cards away, Marty. You have, right now, because women were objectified so long, they needed to have a movement. They needed it. They needed to be uplifted right now, but it's so much support. It's gotten so unbalanced that there's more women in college right now. 40% of bread earners are females. But you have more sexless marriages, more relationships, and I frequent dating websites, and you know what the number one thing I see? Where are the real men? Yes, this might get you angry. And guys, you might feel a little inadequate right now, but I'm telling you, we are being tested that we need to rise up. There's a difference between being a male and being a man, and we have to embrace it. Does that answer your question?
Yes, Dr.
Good.
Massa.
Any other? One more. Yes.
Good.
Hey, jerk.
Yes.
Stand up, stand
I
up.
love it. Stand up. I'm gonna put that in my I love it. Bring it on.
We're
Stand up.
friends, I can say that.
Yes.
Stand up.
You said that you had.
Please stand
Oh,
up.
yes, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
I can't hear you. Address him as a man.
I
Hello?
love your shirt. Guys. Very, you look very nice.
Oh, you look
See?
like, I wrote it down. You
I do
really
look nice.
look
Yes.
nice. Okay, so you said you had a successful date. I hope you enjoyed how the night ended.
Yes, I did.
I'm wondering, when women at the beginning are kind of mad at you for half an hour, how many of those dates actually end up being successful? I'm just curious about the psychology. No, I'm curious about the psychology of it. And, you know, I just want to see how much of a jerk you are.
Because of the state that we're in right now, I'm not saying it works every single time. I'm not claiming that. And American women are rough. They are the cream of the crop. So it doesn't. Women right now, they don't want to feel weak. They don't. So it doesn't happen all the time. So I've had a female. I open the door. She goes, "Don't open the door for me." I said, "Get your ass in that. Get your ass in the car right now." They're just testing you. So it doesn't happen all the time. But after a while, when nature takes over, they embrace it. I literally went out to lunch with a manager. I want to form a relationship with my business and the company and her. So I took her out to lunch and I said, "Hey, it's my treat." She goes, "No, you don't have to pay for me." I said, "I'm sorry, this is not a debate. I'm paying for lunch." So, but at the end, it was very successful, and then she wants to get together. So it doesn't happen all the time, but it doesn't matter if it happens. My goal is not to go in to try to get sex. Is to embrace what the role of men are, and not to change that, because men are needed. They need to embrace their role to provide for their kids. They need and to provide for their families. Do we have time for one more?
No.
Okay, good. Let's rehash one more time. Men are stronger. Don't be a stay-at-home dad, and don't hold your purse. Boom. Appreciate it.
Hey.
Shake his hand like a man. Like a man, Rich Master.
Thank you. Master for President 2016.
Holy smokes, I've been married for 45 years. I evaluated all these things. I don't know what I did wrong. But anyways, I'm a...
Yes, exactly. Hey, by the way, ladies, I'm single. Just want to let you. Just put it out there.
The line is forming.
Oh my goodness.
That's a question.
Oh, I got an evaluation already. I can take
From a
long.
girl.
Who is on fire?
It's a woman. Let's get talk to her.
Ernst U. Now we get to the point where we can test our impromptu speaking skills. I'm sure the atmosphere will immediately change in this room. And I invite Lori to come up here.
Lori,
and
yes.
be the table topics master. Thank you.
Good morning.
Today's theme is man-made global warming, but because of Rich's speech, I have a different question.
Ask her to try, Lori, ask her to try.
Mission accomplished.
So my question is, have you ever held a woman's purse? My cues.
Oh, yeah.
Stand up.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me answer that question with authority. The answer is no, and here's why. If I open a door for a woman, does she appreciate it? Does she? The answer is yes. Then say yes.
Yes.
You guys are all proud women in here, right?
Yes.
Answer the question. But if I hold your purse, do you look at me as strongly?
No.
Do you look at me with strength? Or do you look at me with disdain like, ha, I got him to do something for me? Did I just manipulate the situation? Answer the question, did he? Did I? The answer is no. No, I will not hold your purse or somebody else's purse for that reason. Because when that moment in the night comes, I'm going to be the first one answering that. But I'm not holding your purse.
Boom!
Damn purse.
Get over it.
Man-made global warming.
Oh, it's man-made now.
Yeah.
Feminist.
That's a really smart topic, and I'm not smart, so I don't have any questions about that. Yay, aren't you glad? So I would like to know, I would not want someone to tell me about the hottest place that you've ever visited. Julia.
Don't say the bedroom. Don't say the bedroom.
Madam Table Topics and fellow Toastmasters, the hottest place I have ever been in my life was in Miami, Florida. Florida State, Miami Hurricanes game. Not only was it hot because all the hurricanes were blowing, but it was hot because it was one of those white lights. So by the time we exited the stadium, we had baked in Miami forever. We lost the game and I was drenched. Hottest place in the world, Miami, Florida State.
Nice, nice.
Okay, speaking of man-made, what is the weirdest man-made structure in the world?
Made by man.
Dana.
Wow.
Yes, thank you, Dana.
That would have to be Rich Massa. I have always found that Leaning Tower piece to be just interesting since a little kid. You know, they showed it to you in the book and you go, wow, this place was made, and it's still standing, right? It's a really cool place. Now, why they built it and how it worked, and I just remember from like kindergarten and first grade seeing the pictures of it going, wow, that's cool, does that really exist? So I think that is the most interesting man-made building.
Nice. Other than nice. Spoke like a man.
Yes.
Good.
Atmosphere in this room.
Thank you, Madam Table Topics Master. Global warming refers to the global average temperature increase that has been observed over the last 100 years or more. Been around for billions of years. But to many politicians and the public, the term carries the implication that mankind is responsible for the warming. Believe it or not, very little research has ever been funded to search for natural mechanisms of warming. It has simply been assumed that global warming is man-made. This assumption is rather easy for scientists since we do not have enough accurate global data for a long enough period of time to see whether there are natural warming mechanisms at work. The United Nations Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change claims that the only way they can get a computerized climate model to reduce the observed warming is with anthropogenic human-caused pollution. So they don't have any other way to check other than what the human may cause. But they're not going to find something if they don't actually search for it. More than one scientist has asked, what else could it be? Well, the answer just takes a little digging. The movie, The Inconvenient Truth, was released in May 2006. Al Gore received his Nobel Peace Prize in 2007. Since then, not much has changed globally in respect to climate, except David Blood, the producer of the movie, and Al Gore, the mouthpiece of the movie, had made a financial killing selling anti-carbon investment hype. As Paul Harvey said, this was the rest of the story. Now it gives me the pleasure to introduce our general evaluator, Julia Kaufman.
Ow, look at that leopard.
Good. All right, let's bring this charged atmosphere down. This is the learning and growing part of our meeting where we get to support one another and provide that positive and opportunities to improve feedback to our speakers today. We're going to get started. Our first evaluator is Mr. Stephen Morgan, and he will be evaluating Miss Carmen's procrastination speech. Welcome, Stephen.
Woo! Get it, Steve.
Pardon me while I get my notes together and write them down finally. Madam General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, guests, and Carmen, organize your speech, project number 2, Confident Communication Manual. And you gave us a great organization with your 3 points about how to wait and enjoy, have your support system, and then how to cope. With your wait and enjoy, you had a great opportunity, and you showed us how to enjoy with your own bits of humor being tossed into here. I enjoyed the humor very much, beginning right from the very beginning with the 30 minutes to 8 hours back and forth. That joke, which I loved very much, I'm not sure why everyone wasn't laughing at that point. I guess we needed to bring the atmosphere up first. But one possibility I could toss in there was no pause for the laugh. Therefore, as you kept going, we're sure, oh, we weren't supposed to laugh right there. When you have humor, the idea is you want to give the audience that opportunity, so you pause, let it happen. If it ends up being quiet, obviously you'll keep going. You also were talking about the support system that you needed. Now, I can't say that everyone's going to have a younger sibling to annoy them. But when it comes to the opportunity you have for making the speeches, you have an entire club here ready and able to help, and well beyond. I've called Toastmasters the best support group you can have for whatever your problem may be. And since you have a problem, we're apparently going to help you with it. One of the things I can suggest is that your hands were doing this pretty much for the whole time, or one-handed at several points. You might want to plan a little bit more what you're doing with it, or at least vary them a little more, a few different gestures, so that it just doesn't keep moving back and forth. I'll also say, please bring your manual. And at the last point, when you were recapping your order, you changed the order when you recapped at the end. Instead of going your points 1, 2, 3, you did 2, 3, 1. Same points, but usually the point of the triad, the 1, 2, 3, is 1 is the setup, 2 is setup, 3 is the punch, the one that should be the real impact. If you change it, then we're kind of unclear as to which it's supposed to be. But your strategy for coping, that was a great demonstration of internal dialogue, as you were going back and forth, completely fragmented, and the way that you tended to think through it, throwing in the humor and the bits of it, but at the same time showing us how the stress goes through your mind, and how you also get the relief along the way. I guess you're enjoying the roughs up and down going through it. We're enjoying watching you go through it. It was very illustrative, and I very much enjoyed how that came across. In conclusion, I'm going to have to say, when you were describing all of your accomplishments, all of the great things you've done, those are awesome things. Slide them into your intro so that you don't have to say it. You make someone else say them.
Yeah.
That makes it even better, because you've done some great things, and there are some great things still coming. Project 3, very soon, I hope.
Thank you, Ms. Morgan. All right, moving into our second evaluation, Mr. Gus Davies will be evaluating Stacy's speech. Welcome, Gus.
Thank you.
Gus, get it.
Madam General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. And Stacy, you're moving along very well. You're now on project 6 in your manual, and I appreciate that I have this opportunity to evaluate the speech. I've had one more opportunity to evaluate Stacy at her work. She was doing a demonstration and speech that I was able to go over there and evaluate. The art of stretching. That was a well-chosen topic that fits the group, but it also comes out of your own professional training. You care for people, you do all these things for health and wellness, and you are able to bring that over here. You clearly describe what is stretching. That was very helpful, so people will know stretching is not having a ballroom dance, Some stretching also goes on there. You clearly defined it. You also went on to give us what are the benefits of stretching. If you want to do something, what would you get out of it? That was clearly stated. You also gave us the guidelines. So you described it, you gave us the benefits, the reason why people should stretch, you gave us the guidelines for stretching, and then she did a demo. That was well meaningful and well placed. That helped to really bring your point of the topic that you are speaking to get the audience to appreciate a takeaway. It's not only how you present your speech, but what you take away from the speech. Thank you for that. And this is the right atmosphere to be able to do that. Toastmasters, thank you.
Nice.
What are some of the things you have to consider? You are really having some movements now. You are quite here. You always know the topic you are speaking on. But I don't know why you look at your notes, because you're very knowledgeable. I know that from seeing you at work and talking to your family member. You're a very smart young lady from what you've done. So my encouragement is that you can start to memorize. I suggest you start to memorize your points so that your eye contact will stay with the audience. You're not trying to read what you're talking about. Another suggestion is sometimes you have to have a pause and just feel the room, and then move on to your next topic. Apart from those suggestions, that was a great speech. I really commend you for bringing your professional training and using that delivery venue at Toastmasters for your growth. For the last 6 speeches, we've seen great improvement. The smiles are there, you can engage the audience, and people are able to listen to you. Thank you also for providing a handout.
Yes.
We didn't need that before because everybody would be looking at it and nobody would have done the exercises that needed to be done. Thank you again. It was a great speech and I look forward to more. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and finally, but not least, to go through evaluation, Mr. Samuel Bailey.
Samuel.
Now, Sam, evaluate me the right way just because your girlfriend's here.
Yeah.
All right? Don't be scared. The same.
Rich, go make me a sandwich.
All right. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Evaluator, and especially Rich, how about sandwich? Addressing the opposition. And you know you loved it. You know you loved it. All you ladies, come on. You know you perked up a little bit. Guys, you may shrink down. But at the same time, Carmen, do I hold your purse? Nope. Exactly. This
Good boy. Good man. Good man.
Show 'em your war
Started the
face.
movement. Making t-shirts.
However, how long did it take me to get you to where I always hold the door for you?
A while.
A while.
Yeah.
Will I buy your lunch?
Yes.
Will I hold certain things? There's some things I won't hold at the mall, and you know that. But certain things.
Get him, Sam.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah, look at that. Yes,
Do you
Sam.
love me?
Oh, yeah. That's why she loves him. That's why. Boom.
Sure, certain things
Man's on
that
fire.
are going to be controversial. And certain things that are going to ag you on. And this was most certainly one, especially with the feminist movement that we've had. But Rich did an excellent job at addressing it very diplomatically. Did he not acknowledge the feminist movement, and yet at the same time, hear me out, said that they needed it? Because they had such a long time of being oppressed, but yet, Carmen, absolutely, she'll objectify me. Please, it's okay. Things to improve on. I wanted to hear a little bit more facts. For example, something that could have been very, very useful. Not only are 50% of marriages failing, but 70% of those divorces are filed by the woman.
Who told you that? Who told you that, Sam?
You told us, yeah, you did.
Okay,
but
thank
I
you.
wanted to hear that more in this speech.
Fair
because
enough.
in our conversations, we have had that, have we not? But they haven't. Part of that, I think, is a time constraint that you were under. But just more. This
Listen.
is a type of material that I believe can be put into a series. You have the knowledge already. Add in some additional research, and I'm talking like good, hard-earned research. Not just your own personal experience, which is very knowledgeable, but textbooks, some psychology stuff. Why is it that women want to see that superior man? Why is it that some women want to be the superior person? Going into those and being able to find stronger, excuse me.
Watch your words. Watch your
Bite
words.
your tongue during the man
Yeah.
Testy.
This is the kind of material, especially as you being an entrepreneur, that you can make a living off of. When you get a chance, there's also a couple of different series. You know, we'll save that for a later time because I feel like the rest of the room getting up for.
Okay.
But when we talk, I'll let you know some different series that would be good to look at to model what this series could look like. Because this is something that you're good at. This is something that you can make money off of. Because men, are we not starving to take that position back?
Yeah.
Where we could still be the provider and yet still hold that very loving relationship.
That purse.
Yeah. All right, good job.
Sam the man. Sam the man.
Okay,
Well done, Sam. Well done.
right into the technical.
I was going to say,
Sam well.
I'm gonna make you a sandwich right in the kitchen.
I'm seeing out.
Buy him breakfast.
Okay, let's get started with time. Marty, how do we do?
Awful.
Easy, Marty, easy.
No, it started off tremendously. Carmen, 5 minutes. I think you were watching for the green card to go up. Stop. Stacy, 5 minutes 17, and then Rich. Super B, male atmosphere.
Yeah.
And diminish my own masculinity.
Embrace it, Marty.
Get
Embrace
angry,
it.
man. Ah!
12 minutes 58 seconds.
Oh my goodness.
Mike Hughes, 39 seconds.
Right on point.
Julia, 35 seconds for Miami. And Dana, 34 seconds. And then our evaluators all had a lot to say. Stephen, 3 minutes 12. Gus, 3 minutes 2 seconds. And then Samuel, 3 minutes 24.
oh, that's not that bad.
No. Right on point. Own it, Sam. Own it. Nail it, Marty.
My partner in crime with James. How do we do with our ahs and ums and, oh no, James, sorry.
Yeah.
James.
She's trying to
Good
greet
job,
you.
James.
James. Stand up and tell us how we did it.
I'm sorry, this music is really so off the chain. I didn't catch too many goose. I was so involved, even from the very beginning. Carmen, there you go, right there. Sharing you, she said. I think she meant to say sharing with you. That was the only thing that I caught. Everything else was perfect. The art of stretching, great job. Nothing with Stacy. Rich Masa. I liked, he had so many comments that was memorable. Bet they are not begging.
It's a good word. It's a good word.
Just testing you. Very good. I laughed so hard. I mean, I was going crazy. Steve Morgan, I finally caught a goop. Man, that was a job.
I'll counter. Ums and oohs.
Right. Steve,
Yeah.
hey, one double clutch. Clear. Clear.
Count.
Davis, Gus Davis was good. Sam was good.
Sam.
Everybody else was off the chain.
It's off the chain.
What I'm talking about.
Come on, Carrie, tell us what we did.
For the day, I have Ernst, Carmen, Stacy, Stephen, Gus, James.
Yeah.
You already said it.
I got it.
Okay. And Stacy, I like the you need to breathe. Rich, you had so many things that I couldn't write them all down. However, I like the fairies or pixies or whatever you dream about. I bet they're not banging and sugar chips.
Yes.
All right, as for my general evaluation, I want a big round of applause for Miss Macarena, who gets here in the morning and following Samuel's part as Sergeant at Arms, trying to set this room up. It is tough. So give her a challenge to get the tables moved and the chairs because they're always messed up. Meeting started on time. We had great speeches, well prepared. I want to make sure that everybody remembers to get into Easy Speak. Put your speech information in. Let us know if you're coming. So let us know if you're going to be here. Put your roles in, all that good stuff. It just makes life easy all the way around, especially for the Toastmaster. Nice job, Ernst, on your role as Toastmaster. Great meeting, great excitement, full crowd. I'm going to switch into the business portion. I have a couple minutes. We have some guests in the room. First, I'd like to welcome our guest in the back. Is it Aiden? Or
Yes, Aiden.
Well, welcome, and what do you think of our meeting?
That's great. That's what it is.
From what I've seen, I went to a few other groups around the area, and this seems to be the largest one, so I like it. And,
Women power.
Don't take that second. Take your chest out, son.
How did you hear about us?
What's that?
How did you hear about this club?
I looked on the website.
There it is.
Welcome.
All right.
Yeah.
There it is.
I'd like to introduce is not a guest. He's a member of Toastmasters, but he's transferring from Seminole State College Toastmasters to a time conflict to our club. Welcome, Chris. What'd you think about this?
Very energetic meeting. For a first meeting, this kind of was a shock. I a little bit quieter, especially at 7:30 in the morning. Good wake up. Thank you.
All right, I think we've got.
Two more guests.
Oh,
Yes.
Vanessa.
You always forget me.
I know.
Why are you forgetting her?
Member, right? Because you're just, part of membership, right? You're gonna join.
Don't let her strong on you.
Stand up and you.
As always, very, as you said, energetic and entertaining, so I had a lot of fun.
Yay.
Well. Tara, oh, I thought you were a member too.
Okay, so what,
Sure, explain.
okay, I will explain. I was gonna join last time, but I was gonna miss 3 weeks because I was on a trip. So I was like, I might as well join afterwards. I was gonna join today, but I missed my paperwork. So I would like a support group. Somebody email me and remind me before next week. So remember the night before. But I won't.
Yeah, Carmen's sister.
Thank you. I've been trying to, I'm an entrepreneur also, and I'm trying to train myself to wake up in the morning, and I'm miserable in the mornings. I wish I could come to this meeting every morning, because now I'm wide awake and ready to tackle the world. So,
Go for it.
thank you.
Yeah, you go get it.
Girl power, girl power.
Yes, girl power and man power too. I guess.
Yes. Good shout out. Wow.
Can't wait to have you guys enjoy and
Yeah.
in with your icebreakers.
Wow.
I know you guys both have a lot to say. So welcome.
Yes, they do.
All right, moving on. We've got our schedule. Oh, contest. So you missed out on Saturday's contest. We had 2 winners. Phyllis and Jorge both competed. Jorge in both contests, he won first in table topics and second in the speech contest. And Phyllis came in second. So we have lots of trophies among this group. So congratulate them when you see them next. The next contest is division, which is in April. It is April 17th. It's a Sunday from 2 to 4. at the Mayflower. We'll put that out there, so support them as they move on, and then the district conference is in May. So mark those dates down, May 20th and April 17th. Schedule, we have for next week lineup. Stacy, put yourself in for Toastmaster. You go, girl.
Wow.
Very nice. You
Yes.
did it. Own it. Own it.
Julia speaking, Dana speaking, and James speaking. All right.
There it is.
I'm the table topics, beware.
Nah.
Lori, general evaluator. We have openings for evaluator. How could it be? We got Ernst as an evaluator. Who? Marty is all counter. Samuel is grammarian. Here is timer. We have 2 openings for evaluators. Man up!
I'll be one.
Man up.
Way to man up.
All right.
Juliet.
That's the peanut gallery back there. We got another opening. How's you gonna be here next week?
What do you
I
need?
hope so.
All right, I'm gonna
I'll
put you
put you
down
to
as
work.
evaluator.
I'll send you an email later.
We'll put you in, and then if something comes up, let us know. Is that all right? All right, what else? We had an interesting app that we have an opportunity, and we're always into if we can make money for the club. So there's a mobile app. I'll put this out for anybody that wants to download this app for our meetings. You can use it as a timer, or it's pretty slick. So we'll try it out. Maybe we can get a picture, submit it, and possibly win money as the winner of the contest. So this is a mobile app from Toastmasters. It's brand new. I'll just put some out there. Think about downloading it on your iPhone or Android. News. Do we have any news from our treasurer? How we doing? Are all dues
There's
in?
a couple of them missing. I'm working on them.
Okay, all right.
What is it?
So if you have to pay, I think everybody pretty much has, so if you haven't, then just get your dues in. Gus, anything from our VP of Ed?
Nothing, just encouragement to bring your manuals. I say that all the
Well.
time, your competence communicator manual, especially if you are speaking, but if you are performing a role so that you can have those checked out in your competent leader manuals. So anyone have a problem with having a manuals that you don't have?
Manual.
All right, thank you guys. And the last but not least, we had our membership drive that concluded. We'll announce the winners next week, because the winner will get free dues for the next 6 months. And it was a great meeting, great to see a full house. Stacy?
I just have one more thing. Next week I'm speaking at my office on the 13th. So if anybody's able to come, I would appreciate it.
Yeah, Gus and I both have, and learned a lot as well, so great opportunity.
Two weeks.
Not this week, but the next week.
2 weeks, 2 seconds.
Anything else? I'm over time, sorry. Have a good week, everybody.
Thank you for coming.